Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel VedicAstrology.com. Today we'll talk about the transit of Venus in Aquarius. A lot of people have been waiting for this. This is an excellent transit for financial abundance and for a lot of other things we'll discuss. And if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe and hit the bell icon. So this transit, first we'll talk about what Venus means, what Saturn means, what Aquarius means, and then we'll combine those. And I use Bhrigu Nadi concepts and Parashari, of course. So we'll look at the what this transit means in general for all signs, and then we'll look at one by one each of the signs. Uh, this is taking place after a long time. I mean, Saturn is in Aquarius. It's Saturn's Mula Trikona sign, right? And Venus has been in Capricorn, which is not that great a place for a gentle, feminine planet like Venus. Capricorn is a very dry, Capricorn is all work, work, work. Whereas Aquarius, it likes to reach out to people, and it's a very social sign. And so we'll see what that means. First of all, let's talk about Aquarius itself. So Aquarius is the sign. It's a very unconventional sign. Okay, it's like people, with Aquarius Lagna, Aquarius Moon, they're very creative. It's an air sign. They can pull ideas out of thin air. So very, very creative. They can be eccentric sometimes, though. Okay, so very unconventional, but they love to help other people. Main goal is to help the humanity at large. Aquarius is number 11 sign in the natural zodiac. Aquarius is a very, very progressive sign. So they could be like new age or modern, with unconventional thinking, like totally non-traditional kind of way of thinking. And it's a very, very intellectual sign. So they are, they're very, mentally, they're very active, stimulated. Okay. So humanitarianism, helping other people using the latest technology. Okay, new age innovation, outer space, social media, all of that, reaching out to people. It's an air sign, so it loves to hang out with friends, social circles. And also one caution is, there could be excessive desires. Sometimes it's a lot of air, a lot of vata energy. So all of that is Aquarius. Now, this is Mula Trikona sign of Saturn, right? Saturn is sitting here. So Saturn is in his office, uh, ready to execute things, ready to make things happen. So Saturn here is very strong. Now, what is Saturn? Saturn is responsibility. Saturn is maturity. Saturn is discipline. Saturn is long-term planning. Saturn is management. And essentially how to do our karma, in a very effective, disciplined manner with long-term focus, not just doing things for pleasure for today or tomorrow. Saturn wants you to do things that have meaning for the rest of our lives. And so that's Saturn in Aquarius. Now, Venus. Venus is the planet of love, romance, all the things that we enjoy in life: art, dance, music, drama, cooking, gourmet food, and vehicles. We enjoy traveling in, say, luxury vehicles. Venus is money. Venus is finances, financial abundance. Venus is luxury. All the feminine qualities, it's Venus. So Venus is enjoyment. Venus is ruled by Shukracharya, right? Who was the guru of the demons. Now, guru of the demons, you can also say he is the guru that grants us material comforts, material abundance. So all of that is Venus. So what does it mean? Venus is coming to Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there. So in Bhrigu Nadi, Venus and Saturn combination is considered really good for financial gains. See, Saturn is our karma. Saturn is profession as per Bhrigu Nadi. Whereas Venus is money, abundance, luxury, all of that. So when Venus and Saturn are together, that combination, that yoga in Bhrigu Nadi, it's considered very good for financial gains, financial abundance. And then the other thing is about relationships, right? So that's the other big area ruled by Venus is relationships. So this will mean this is about 3 week, 3.5 week transit, the relationships will be not superficial anymore. Relationships will be more responsible, mature, disciplined, and long term. So you'll see a lot of people getting into relationships that are long term and that have a focus on like helping other people, humanitarian projects, and and it won't be like just frivolous things, and it won't be based on whim. So basically, Saturn wants you to, settle down. Like Saturn is planet of restriction also in a way. So it doesn't mean restricting relationships. It means mature, disciplined, responsible relationships. There may be unconventional relationships too. So because it's Aquarius, but Saturn is there, and so this will be a very like a sort of structured way of finding a partner, or looking at your finances, managing your money. Financial management will be the key as well. Now, this will be great. This will be the case for all 12 signs. Sun is also there for the first week. So Sun will leave Aquarius around March 15th. So the first week, first 7, 8 days, Sun is there too. Now, Sun is actually the enemy of Surya, is enemy of Saturn, Shani, as well as Venus. So this is going to be a little bit challenging the first week, but the last 2 weeks, the second half of March will be really excellent, when finances will flourish, relationships will flourish, and it'll be more focus on putting our lives back on track. Okay, because Venus is the planet that makes our life worth living, enjoyable, and just enjoying the things day-to-day life, and also in our relationships and long-term like financial stability, things like that. So this will be a fantastic transit, especially the last 2 weeks of March. So first of all, we'll talk about the sign of Aries. This could be Lagna or moon sign. You can look at this transit from both. And please watch the intro section. That's important. We discussed the Venus, the Aquarius, the Saturn, all of that, and how this combination will impact all the 12 signs. So now for Aries, Aries is number one sign. So for Aries, we're talking about the transit of Venus in Aquarius from March 7th through March 31st. Sun will be there in Aquarius for the first week or so until March 15th. So then Sun leaves Aquarius. And so for Aries, Venus is the second lord and the seventh lord. So it's the second lord and the seventh lord sitting in the 11th house. So this is a fantastic time, especially for financial abundance, because it's the second lord also we're talking about. Second lord is the financial wealth, family wealth, your accumulated resources, and 11th house anyway is financial gains. So really good time to focus on building your family wealth, having more financial gains. You'll get more opportunities. Second thing is an excellent time to reach out to friends, build your social network. That will be long term, not any superficial friendships, with mature people, mature friends, who'll also be beneficial for your finances. And the other good thing is this transit will help restrict your desires, because Saturn is sitting there. So Saturn in the 11th house doesn't let you have, excessive desires. Venus in the 11th could actually do that, but Venus and Saturn combination is excellent for you to have very controlled, disciplined, and just holistic desires. And those also will be like long-term things that you really want to, that are beneficial for you, for your life, not for the immediate pleasure. Okay, so you'll be very disciplined. You'll be disciplined in your finances. You'll be disciplined in your social network that you choose. But it could be unconventional friendships. It could be unconventional relationships. It could be unconventional way of looking at finances, maybe some creative financial deals, creative ways of managing your finances. But it'll be very progressive, like new age, latest technology, using all of that, social media. But you'll also focus on helping other people, helping the humanity. Humanitarian efforts will be very important during this transit. And also, this is the seventh lord. sitting in the 11th house. So that'll be excellent time for building long-term relationships, both one-on-one personal partnerships as well as business partnerships. So these partnerships, you should look at them as very strategic partnerships, the long-term partnerships that will help you, gain uh, all sorts of, gains, financial gains over a period of time. So not just immediately, not just during this transit, but over many, many years down the road. So set the foundation for those kinds of one-on-one partnerships, especially. And also, it'll improve your personal relationship with your spouse, with your partner. So good time to, reap these benefits, good time for financial gains, and overall excellent period. Just focus on, and also you can focus on your speech. You'll be able to deliver very matured and responsible speeches, like, coming from like a very learned person, that kind of a demeanor. Second lord in the 11th with a Mula Trikona Shani in Aquarius. So, any kind of speaking engagements, webinars, or teaching, and with the blessings of Saturn, you'll come across as a very mature, responsible, disciplined person, and your speech will be heard, and you can reach a lot of people. You can reach the masses, especially. And then second house, 11th house, both are money houses, right? So this overall excellent period to work on your finances along with your partners, personal and business. Now the caution is, um, I mean, so this 11th house transit will help restrict your desires, but still it's Venus. So be careful not to have too many excessive desires. After March 15th, things will be much better. The first week, it's still going to be some challenges in finances, or relationships, or social media. So be careful on social media for the first week, but then it'll be much, much better. Um, all right, so this is for the sign of Aries, and this transit. Next, we'll look at Taurus. So for Taurus, this is number 2 sign. Taurus could be Lagna or could be your moon sign. Okay, and so we're talking about Venus transit in the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there already. This is going to be from March 7th. That's today through March 31st. For the rest of the month of March. Sun will be there for the first week, and it'll leave mid of the week. So the second half of the month, uh, it'll be just Venus and Saturn. So what does that mean? And so for Taurus rising or Taurus Rashi, Venus is your Lagna Lord, of course. So it's a very important planet, very important transit. Anytime, wherever Lagna Lord is transiting, we look at it very closely. And your Venus is also your 6th Lord. So basically, your Lagna Lord and your 6th Lord, they are transiting through your 10th house. So what does that mean? Watch the intersection first to understand the meaning of Venus and Aquarius and Saturn. That'll give you a lot of clues. Now, this is a fantastic period for Taurus sign people to solidify your career, to set the foundation for your career. That will give you a lot of financial gains down the road. This is because Saturn is the planet of discipline, maturity, hard work, responsibility, structure, and long-term planning, long-term thinking. So all of that, Saturn is already sitting there. Now Venus is coming in. It will trigger the yoga, the Shani and Shukra yoga, which brings in money. Saturn is our profession, it's our work. Venus is money and finances. So this yoga, this combination happening in your 10th house means absolutely wonderful time to expand your business, to expand your career, and also in a Venusian manner, like very gentle, beautiful, artistic, aesthetic way of doing business. You could bring some more artwork into your workplace or in your business. So all of those will be excellent. This is also a chance, an opportunity to bring in some unconventional thinking in your career, some latest progressive thinking, independent ways of doing things, you know, more intellectual ways of achieving things, and also helping other people, how you can help the humanity through your work, through your career. Venus and Saturn together will make this happen. And so Venus is also your Lagna Lord. So your whole focus will be on your career anyway, because Lagna Lord in the 10th house. Also spend some time, you know, on yourself, self-development through your work. The 6th house is also there, so health is important. You'll find new ways, maybe unconventional ways of healing. You may find progressive ways, or new age techniques, or alternative ways of healing. But the focus also will be on serving other people through your work. Sixth Lord sitting in the 10th house. So find out some ways how you can help other people. That is sixth house, through your work, through your career, or at your work. You can help your colleagues, people in your company, in your workplace. That's another opportunity. The sixth house is also our enemies so be careful about your weaknesses at work. So take care of your anger, of your greed, all of that. Make sure you're constantly monitoring those six weaknesses of yours, especially at your workplace. So don't let those things come out. Just focus on those and try to remove those six weaknesses. Take care of those six weaknesses, and because it's the Lagna Lord and the sixth Lord, so you will have a lot of focus on your health, on your self-development, on taking care of those weaknesses. But that's one caution. Make sure those weaknesses do not show up at your workplace or in your career or dealing with the government officials. So one caution is be very careful dealing with the government officials, especially for the first week. So until March 15th, because Sun is also there. Sun is the enemy of Venus and Saturn both, especially in Bhrigu Nandinadi. And so there may be issues with government officials. So don't take any unnecessary risk or any things that may stir some issues with the government officials or even with the higher authorities. So that's caution for the first week. But after that, excellent time to blossom in your career. Set foundation for long-term projects, long-term things that will give you rewards over many years to come. So that's the general recommendations, plus specific ones for Venus, for Taurus, rising and Taurus moon sign. If you like this information, this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and watch the intro section if you haven't already. So next we'll talk about the sign of Gemini. So we're looking at the Gemini's rising or Gemini Rashi, both. We're looking at Venus, the transit of Venus through the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is already sitting there. So this is taking place in your 9th house. If you're a Gemini rising or Gemini Rashi, this is taking place in your 9th house. For Gemini, Venus is your 12th house ruler and your 5th house ruler. Okay, so 12th house ruler and 5th house ruler transiting through your 9th house. And so Sun is also there for the first week or so. Sun is also in Aquarius, but Sun will leave Aquarius around March 15th, on March 15th. Okay, so that's the full picture. Watch the intersection first before you proceed with this section, because intersection talks about the general energy of Venus, Aquarius, Saturn, and what that really means for all of us. Now for Gemini. 9th house is activated by Venus. That means, see, Saturn and Sun, as I mentioned in the intersection, also, it's the yoga for financial gains. So you may stand to gain financially working with your gurus or in your spiritual work, or with your father. So things will be, excellent to work with your superiors, with your gurus, with your father on some good projects, long-term projects for financial gains. This is also a good time to, like, if you hang out with the Sangha, if you have some spiritual people to hang out with, this will be good. This will bring more like feminine energy to that. It'll be more, you'll have more satisfaction, more enjoyment hanging out with your Sangha during this transit, because Venus gives us happiness. Venus gives us, pleasure and enjoyment. So you will enjoy hanging out with your sanghas. You should spend more time with at the temple or wherever you hang out with your spiritual sangha. Now, this is also higher education. So this is a good period if you are have been planning to start your higher education. This is an excellent time for that. Also, good time for long distance travel, even travel abroad, because it's the 12th house ruler coming to the ninth house. Ninth house is long distance travel, 12th house is travel abroad. So this could mean work related travel abroad. This could mean pilgrimage. This could mean travel with your friends. This could mean travel for humanitarian purposes. So all sorts of travels will be very rewarding. And these things, whatever you're doing right now, whatever we are saying you can do, those should have a long-term view. They should have a structure, should be done in a very disciplined manner, responsible manner, mature manner, because anything you plan with your gurus, with your father, with your higher education, with the foreign travel, all of that should have some focus, some structure, some discipline, some planning. It's also the fifth lord going through the ninth house. So that means you can plan some things with your kids, with your children, or with your romantic partner. Uh, Time to be very, very creative. So you can be creative in your belief system. Your belief system may actually undergo quite a bit of a change. You may start thinking in unconventional ways. Some progressive thinking could be there. So this is a time to sort of evaluate your belief system, your dharma, and your purpose. And so that will undergo a change during this transit. But this will be a change that will be, that'll be you'll really enjoy this process of change. There could be, you can introduce your children to spirituality, to dharma, to your gurus, hang out at the temple with your children. That it's an excellent time for that. And also be very creative in all of these things we've been talking about, financial gains, that is Saturn and Venus together, working with the gurus and your father, working with the foreigners, all of that. You'll have a lot of creativity because it's the fifth ruler going in the ninth house. Sun will be there for the first week or so, so things may be slightly challenging, but after that, you'll have full potential. Your ninth house, it's like your bhagya uday hoga. So your luck will shine upon you, especially the last 2 weeks of March. So that's the overall energy, and good time for focusing on spirituality, because 12th house is the house of astral travel, other planes of existence, past life regression, all of that, coming into the ninth house of dharma, of higher wisdom. So focus on gaining a lot of higher wisdom that will help you for the long term. So that's the transit of Venus in sign of Aquarius for Gemini. If you haven't already watched the intro section, please. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications. All right. So next we'll see the sign of Cancer. Okay. Cancer is number 4 sign. Could be Lagna or your moon sign. So we're discussing the transit of Venus in the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is already sitting there. Okay. So this transit is going to be from March 7th through March 31st, and Sun will be there as well in Aquarius for the first week of this transit. So the second half of March, Sun will not be there. So it'll be just Venus and Saturn here. See right away, Venus in the 8th house. What does Venus in the 8th house represent? Venus in the 8th house is all about deep healing. It's like Shukracharya. You can even bring dead people back to life. That's the potential of Venus in the 8th house. And Saturn in the 8th house, what does it give? Saturn in the 8th house is longevity, long life. So a really excellent transit to focus on healing, to focus on some deep esoteric wisdom. There'll be change and transformation in your life. And you'll stand to have financial gains through all of that healing work, because it's the 11th lord sitting in the 8th house. So connection between the 8th house and the 11th house, that means financial gains through change and transformation, through deep healing, through the secrets of the universe, learning the secrets of the universe. Start some esoteric studies, some astrology, some energy healing, things like that. Any of the things that are not visible on the surface uh, through the five senses. So activate your sixth sense, subconscious mind, all of that. And then also it's the fourth house ruler, fourth lord sitting in the eighth house. Anyway, a lot of change and transformation. You'll discover what makes you happy really from within. That's fourth lord. Your house may undergo change. There may be some renovation, some beautification. Aesthetically, you may actually make your house much better. And also, there may be some change and transformation with respect to your friends. The friend circle may undergo some change, but those changes will mean you'll develop some long-term partnerships, long-term relationships, social circle, network that will be helpful, financially rewarding, and also, they'll help you in the long term, in general in your life, not any superficial friendships. There'll be some change for your mother as well. This is the fourth lord. So your mother may undergo some change, but that'll be a beautiful change. It's Venus and Saturn together in Aquarius, a change that is needed to set the structure, to have a discipline and responsibly set the path for the future. So a lot of good things, especially for your finances, friend circle, social networking, for your mother, for your home. Also, time to look at some real estate investments, and but especially after March 15th. It's a good time to look at those opportunities as well. But overall, it'll bring a lot of financial gains, especially money from other people. Saturn and Venus is the yoga for money, luxury plus karma. So through your work, or you can get money from other people, inheritance, or your clients, or there could be some sort of windfall of money during this transit, or at least you'll set that in motion and you'll gain actual money down the road. So that's the transit of Venus in the sign of Aquarius. Watch the intro section, please. If you find content useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and write your comments, what you feel, how you feel, what you think about this. I read each and every single comment. All right, so next is the sign of Leo. So we're talking about the transit of Venus through Aquarius. Through a sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is already sitting there. So this transit is going to take place from March 7th through March 31st, about 3.5 weeks. And while Venus transits Aquarius, Sun is already there, and Sun will be there for the first week of this transit. And then on March 15th, Sun will leave Aquarius. So for Leo, so this is especially for Leo. Please watch the intro section. We discussed a lot of important things, important concepts, and then come back to the Leo section. So this is Leo sign. For Leo, Venus is the 10th lord here, 10th house ruler of Taurus, and it's the third house ruler of Libra. So third house ruler and the 10th house ruler is transiting through your 7th house. So huge focus on relationships, especially the first, be very cautious. The first week of this transit until March 15th, Sun is also there. See, Sun in the 7th house is not good for relationships, meaning it actually kind of too much energy, too much urja, too much brightness in your spouse or in you. So you or him or her may not be able to stand each other. So that's the energy for the first week. But how you can channel that is through a lot of spiritual work. But the second half of March is excellent for relationships. So even the first week also, you can do a lot of things. So what you can do is you can work on some projects together that will bring in financial gains. Okay, some work, some projects, some work, some business ideas, things like that. That's the best remedy for this transit, especially the first week. And then it's also the 10th house ruler. So anyway, it is connected with business and social image and dealing with the authorities, all of that. So work with your partner, with your spouse or your business partner, and create something beautiful. And this could give birth to some unconventional ideas. Very progressive thinking, some kind, even artistic ideas. But those ideas, those plans will be for the long term. And also some element of helping other people, humanitarian efforts. So that's Aquarius. So Aquarius, for Leo, their partnership flourish when they think about other people. That's the sign of Aquarius anyway, seventh house for Leo rising or Leo moon sign, right? So now Venus is coming here, triggering this Dhana Yoga, this Venus and Saturn combination, and asking you to focus on humanitarian efforts in a very beautiful Venusian manner. You could also think of, any of the other things that Venus represent, beauty, art, luxury, finance, all of those. Those are options for you to work with your partner on those projects, those themes. It's also the third house ruler, so you could work with your siblings as well. This will improve your relationship with your sibling, because see, Venus has been transiting through a sixth house. That's not a super great position for Venus. So now Venus in the seventh house, much relief for your own relationships and relationship with your siblings. And this is also an excellent time to learn some new skills, some unconventional skills, some progressive skills, because it's the third ruler. Third house is all about the new skills. And so great time to learn some new skills, maybe with your siblings or with your partner or with your co-workers, even because it's the 10th ruler. And then use those to set up some real solid projects for bringing in financial gains. So that's the overall transit for the sign of Leo, transit of Venus in the sign of Aquarius from March 7th through 31st. Watch the intro section if you haven't. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Leave the comments. How do you feel? And what things are going on. I read each and every comment. So next we'll talk about, so now it's the sign of Virgo. Number 6 sign. So it could be Virgo rising or Virgo Rashi. That's the moon sign. So we're talking about the transit of Venus in Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there as well. And Sun will leave Aquarius on March 15th. So until March 15th, all three are there, Sun, Saturn, and Venus. After March 15th, Sun will leave. So this transit is going to be from March 7th through March 31st. Please watch the intro section. We discussed what this means, what Venus in Aquarius with Saturn mean for all the signs, and some remedies and things we can do. So for Virgo, this is the 9th house ruler. Venus is the 9th lord and the 2nd lord. So it'll be transiting through the 6th house. So 6th house, Sun, Saturn, and Venus there. This will be good for your work, for your job. If you have like a 9 to 5 job, really excellent transit. This will bring in a lot of financial gains. Secondly, this is good for humanitarian service. 11th sign, Aquarius, is all about helping other people, and Venus triggering Saturn here, a great time to think of some unconventional ways and some even artistic ways or aesthetically appealing ways of helping other people. Thirdly, this will be an excellent time for your working on your health. You can develop some unconventional health routines, very progressive ways, alternative ways of healing, and some health routine that's, includes like some, it could be like a beautiful flow, like vinyasa flow of yoga, or Venusian ways of approaching, feminine things, feminine products, but focusing on your health. And then also you can do some projects or some products that will bring financial gains, health-related products or health-related projects that will bring financial gains. Good time to focus on your weaknesses, the Shadripus, inner weaknesses, that's 6th house. And it's also the 9th house ruler coming in the 6th house. So your gurus, wisdom of your gurus will be there. And, you could also take help from your gurus to work on your weaknesses. That's what this combination is showing. And it's also the 2nd lord. So you can work on your family wealth, accumulate resources, and how to do that. So Sun and Venus together is a Dhana Yoga, and it will impact your family wealth. Also, you could work with your family together on some projects for the long term. And do that in a very responsible manner, mature way, thinking of the long term, not just immediate gains. So overall, like, your belief system may undergo a change. You may discover new ways of uh, taking care of your health, or new ways of helping other people, new ways of helping your family, new ways of how to deliver your speech. It's very important. So your speech will actually find very new ways, and there'll be structure and disciplined way of delivering your speech. You'll come across very mature. Mature at the same time, it'll be a beautiful Venusian kind of speech. So those you'll have, so it'll have more impact on other people. Venus was in the fifth house till today. So now Venus in the sixth house. Um, and you can also speak about health related issues or humanitarian issues. So that's also a classic combination. Second Lord in the sixth house means you can you can speak about health related issues or humanitarian issues, or how to take care of our own weaknesses. And you'll deal with your enemies, obstacles in a very gentle Venusian manner. That's the transit of Venus in the sixth house. So overall, so that's the picture for a sign of Virgo. Please like, share, and subscribe if you find this information useful, and give your thoughts in the comment section. I read each and every comment. So that was for the sign of Virgo. So next, we're talking about the sign of Libra. Could be rising sign or your moon sign. We're talking about the transit of Venus through Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there as well. Sun will leave Aquarius on March 15th. And so this transit is going to be from March 7th through March 31st, so about three and a half weeks. And so for Libra, it's the Lagna Lord. So anytime, anywhere the Lagna Lord is transiting, that's very important to see where, which house it is in, what other planets are aspecting it or conjunct with it. And for Libra, the Venus is also your eighth Lord. So Lagna Lord and eighth Lord going through the fifth house with in Aquarius with Saturn. First of all, a better time period for romantic relationships. Uh, Venus is the planet of love and romance, and fifth house is the house of romantic partners. So more opportunities of finding some people, but the people you find, if you're looking, people you find will be of they'll be mature, they'll be disciplined, responsible, and this could you could be looking at developing some long-term relationship, not just immediate, very not very short-term kind of relationship. So you'll come across people who are mature, who will be looking at things in a very responsible manner. The second thing is this is a good time for creating some things with your children. Especially you can get started on some projects or some business ideas for for the long term with your children, like set some plans in motion, brainstorm some ideas, how you can make money, how you can build some business, build some company, build some sources of revenue with your children, or also with your romantic partner. That's possible. So a lot of creativity, and that creativity will be utilized in a very responsible manner to set things in motion to develop projects for financial gains in the long term. And then it's also your Lagna Lord. So focus is also on creating things for yourself, self-development, self-improvement, your personality development. And so you'll be very much involved in working on yourself as well. You may do that along with your children or along with your romantic partner, and you could do that in a very creative way. That's fifth house. There could be like unconventional ways of doing things. And it's also the eighth house ruler involved, right? So a lot of change, transformation in your own self. So you'll find creative ways to do self-improvement, and that will bring change and transformation in you. So overall, a good time, very good, this is like a classic combination for uh, complete, like the snake sheds their skin, right? So complete change and transformation. So you'll be a new person after this transit, in a good way. And that could also involve a lot of changes for your children, eighth house ruler in the fifth house. A lot of change and transformation for your kids and for your romantic partners, or your relationship with your kids or with your romantic partner. Uh, this could also involve money from other people, gains from other people, but overall, a very progressive way of doing things, creative, unconventional ways of dealing with your children or dealing with the money, other people's money, or dealing with yourself, how you perceive yourself, the way you come across and who you are, discovering yourself. So all of that is going to be the themes for you for the next 3.5 weeks. And if you haven't already watched the intro section, that's very important because we discussed Venus and Aquarius and Saturn. And if you find this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to get the notifications and write some comments below to let me know how you feel and what is your feedback. So the next one is the sign of Scorpio. So we're talking about the transit of Venus through the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there. So this transit is from March 7th through 31st, 3.5 weeks. The first week out of that, Sun is still there as well in Aquarius. The last 2 weeks, it'll be just Venus and Saturn. So watch the intro section first, please. That'll give you overall picture of Venus and Aquarius and Saturn, and then come back to this section. So Scorpio, number 8 sign, could be Lagna or could be your moon sign. So for Scorpio, Venus is your 12th house ruler and Venus is your 7th house ruler, sitting in your 4th house. Okay. So Scorpio, Venus is right now it's transiting through the 4th house with Saturn, and first week Sun is there as well. So what that means, you may do renovation in your home. You may, even think of buying a new home, and that's beautiful. Or you just bring some aesthetic sense, more aesthetically appealing things in your home, piece of art and things like that. You may actually start some projects that will bring financial gains in your home. So like home-based businesses, excellent time for that. Looking at real estate, excellent time for thinking about investments in real estate. Especially like luxury apartments or, beautiful homes, things like that. But those plans, those investments are for the long term, not for like flipping. Okay, so because Saturn will make you think in a very responsible long-term manner. Uh, Good time to spend, do things for your mother, with your mother. Uh, Discover what gives you inner happiness. That's 4th house. 12th house ruler is involved. So working with the foreigners to bring financial gains on some projects, foreign trips with your mother. Okay. Some foreigners may visit you at your home. Access other planes of existence. That's 12th house. Focus on your sleep. 12th house, your sleep will be better. Venus is there in your 4th house now. And then also this is the 7th house ruler sitting in the or going through the 4th house. So good time to set solid foundation for your relationship with your one-on-one relationship with your personal, partner, spouse, or business partnerships as well. Uh, and working together with your partner on bringing in financial gains. So it's all, so Venus and Saturn together is Dhana Yoga in a way. Saturn is the planet of karma. Venus is luxury and finance is money. So these two together bring in money. So just the first week though, be careful because Sun is there as well. So Sun is enemy of Venus as well as Saturn. Sun is enemy of Saturn and Sun is enemy of Venus. So first week, be careful. But after that, the last 2 weeks, excellent time to really set in motion, work on projects that will bring financial abundance for you, for your mother, for your home, for your relationships, with your relationships, and working with foreigners. Maybe you could make a foreign trip, and that'll also be very rewarding financially. So that's overall picture for Scorpio. Watch the intro section. If you find this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and drop some comments so I know what you feel, what's your experience, what's your feedback. I read each and every single comment. Next, we have sign of Sagittarius. So we're talking about the transit of Venus in Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there as well, as we know, in its Mula Trikona sign. And for the first week of this transit, Sun will be there as well until March 15th. And this is from March 7th through 31st. Watch the introspection first, then come back here because introspection talks about the energy of Venus, Aquarius, and Saturn. Very important. So for Sagittarius, Venus is, of course, your 11th house lord, and it's the sixth lord. So sixth lord and 11th lord is transiting through the third house. Okay. So this is an excellent time to learn some new skills. Those skills will help you in the long term to bring in financial gains. You can start learning any skills, doesn't matter, especially with the hands, but doesn't have to be hands. Some skills that will, those could be even unconventional skills. Okay, some new progressive skills, or um, uh, some skills or some things, some initiatives, some projects that will help the humanity as well. Uh, and those could involve artwork, food, um, transportation, vehicles, or any of those things. Short distance travels will be more beneficial for you. They'll be rewarding. Um, the third house is short distance travels. And it's also your siblings. So you'll be doing some constructive work with your siblings to set the foundation for financial gains for the long term. You'll be more responsible in your relationship with your siblings. The relationship with siblings will improve. It'll be more feminine energy, more gentle, loving, caring energy in your relationship with your siblings. It's the 11th house ruler as well. So this will bring a lot of financial gains. You'll work with a lot of people on the social media, social network will improve, you'll gain friends. Um, and you can learn some skills together with your friends. Okay. Just one caution is to keep your desires in check because third house and 11th house both are connected with our desires, and Venus is the planet of desires and enjoyment and love. So keep your desires in check. And it's also the sixth house ruler in the third house. So good time to work on your courage, develop, you'll have more courage. You'll also work on your health routine, focus on your health, be creative in ways how you can improve your health. Some unconventional ideas, alternative ways of healing. And so also focus on service, serving other people. So that's the sixth house. So that's the overall picture for Sagittarius sign for the transit of Venus in the sign of Aquarius from March 7th through March 31st. Watch the intro section. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon, get the notifications, and drop some comments. I read each and every comment, how you feel, what's your feedback, what are your thoughts? I would love to hear. And thanks for watching. So the next sign will be the sign of Capricorn. Okay, so we're talking about the transit of Venus through the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is already sitting there, and Sun will be there for the first week of the transit. So this transit is from today's March 7th through March 31st. And for the last 2 weeks of the month, Sun will go over to Pisces. So it'll be just Venus and Saturn. So for Capricorn Lagna as well as Capricorn Rashi, Venus is the 10th Lord and it's the fifth Lord. It's sitting in the second house. Okay. So that's the picture. This is a classic combination to work on your family wealth, management of family wealth. This is excellent. I mean, these 3 weeks are by far, like, you don't get this opportunity very often. Saturn is the planet of management. Venus is wealth, and second house is family wealth. Aquarius is Mula Trikona sign of Saturn. So Saturn is ready to work, ready to go, to do things for you. So work on developing plans for your family wealth. Work on some projects, some new products, new initiatives, how you can improve, increase your family wealth, accumulated wealth. Also good time for speech, especially for humanitarian causes or helping other people, and also be very creative with that. It's the fifth Lord sitting in the second house. So your speech can be very creative. You can do things with your children, some financial projects with your children, involve your children in those discussions. Also good time to improve your diet and food that you eat. And then it'll be more, you'll focus more on like cooking and your diet and things like that. It's also the 10th Lord. So all about business and work and profession and family wealth and improving everything. Um, and so overall focus on your career and how you can bring in wealth and money and involve your children and be very, very creative. That's the fifth house. And you could use unconventional ways and be very independent and progressive, and intellectual ways of, doing things. All that. So overall, anyway, Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn is all very much concerned about um, work, right? So the Capricorn is work, work, work. And so for you, your Lagna Lord is in Mula Trikona sign. Now, Venus will trigger the Dhana Yoga, which is Saturn and Venus together is Dhana Yoga. Saturn is work, Venus is money. So bringing money through work. So really good. It will really feel good for you, for Capricorn rising or Capricorn Rashi people, because this is who you are. So you love to work to gain wealth. And so this is an excellent transit for you for these 3 weeks. And first week, be a little bit cautious because Sun is also there. Sun is the enemy of Saturn and Venus as well. So set some plans in motion, but make important major decision in the second half of the month. So that's the only caution. All right. So that's for the sign of Capricorn. If you find this content useful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and write some comments, your feedback, how you feel, your experience. I read each and every comment. And thanks for watching, and watch the intro section if you haven't already. Next is the sign of Aquarius. So we were talking about the transit of Venus through Aquarius. That's your Lagna or Rashi, right? And Saturn is sitting there as well. This is a fantastic transit, very important, very, very powerful transit for you. We'll see how. Watch the intersection first, please. That is very, very important. We discussed Venus and Aquarius and Saturn, especially for you, for Aquarius. It's important for you to understand what Aquarius means, what Saturn means, your Lagna Lord, and what Venus means. Venus is a very, very dear friend of Saturn. So for you, the intersection is very important. For all signs, it's important anyway. So this transit, March 7th through March 31st, Venus will be on your Lagna, transiting through your Lagna. Venus is your ninth house ruler. Venus is your fourth house ruler. Very important planet. It's a Yoga Karaka planet for you. And your Lagna Lord is sitting here in the first house anyway. So what's happening is, this is the time for you to sort of rediscover yourself. A lot of projects you can set in motion that will bring in financial gains. You have the capability. This will trigger your skills, your capabilities, in a very, Venusian manner. Like you'll find like innovative, creative, unconventional ways of doing things that you didn't think of earlier. It's the ninth house ruler, so you'll have the wisdom of the gurus. You'll have wisdom of the sangha to work with you. The overall focus is financial gains, financial abundance, and you'll have help maybe from your father also. Also, good time for long distance travels. You could get help from your mother also. Work with your mother, with your father, with your gurus for self-development, self-improvement. Discover who you are, and essentially give birth to a lot of projects that will bring financial gains. Not immediately; they may not bring money immediately, but uh, over the years, this is a very, very crucial transit. It doesn't happen very often. It's happening after, say, 30 years, because Saturn comes in Aquarius after 27 to 30 years, right? So Saturn has a cycle of 29 years. And then Venus triggering that. Venus is your Yoga Karaka. Yoga Karaka is a planet that rules one Kendra and one Trikona. So this is amazing transit for you. Um, just work on building financial wealth that'll make you feel happy, feel good. That's the fourth house. That'll give you a lot of wisdom as well. Use the contacts, use your, the wisdom of your gurus, use the recommendations and guidance of your mother, and work on yourself, self-improvement, also your health. Anything related with you, including money, what makes you happy, all of those things are the focus. These 3 weeks can really literally change the course of your life. For the past few months or so, if you were feeling stuck, this is the time that'll trigger all the forward-looking projects you'll set in motion. So you'll set the foundation in a very disciplined, responsible manner. So that's for the sign of Aquarius. Watch the intro section also. If you like the information, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon to get the notifications, and write some comments, how you feel, what's your feedback. I read each and every single comment. So the next one is the sign of Pisces. So we're talking about the transit of Venus through the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn is sitting there as well. So for the Pisces rising as well as Pisces moon sign, this transit is happening in your 12th house. And for you, Venus is the third house ruler and the eighth house ruler sitting in the 12th, transiting through the 12th house. Okay. And so watch the intersection first. That gives good overview of Venus and Aquarius and Saturn, and come back here. So it's taking place in your 12th house. This will trigger some financial gains from some foreign transactions, or from foreigners, or you may make a trip abroad that will bring financial gains. And also really good time to focus on spiritual work that may also bring financial gains, like energy healing, clairvoyance, or past life regression. Any of those things you can maybe start learning, and being a Pisces rising, a Pisces Rashi, you already have, naturally you are connected, you are very imaginative, you have this intuition. So this transit will activate, this will trigger that intuition in a very big way. And those skills now that you already have, or you can develop further, will bring in financial gains over a period of time. And also, eighth lord sitting in the 12th house, this will be a period of complete change and transformation. Pisces people, anyway, they are connected. So really good time to focus on 8th house and 12th house matters, which is, as I mentioned, energy healing, past life regression. If you don't know these things, start learning. If you already know, really focus on those, keep working on those. And over time, you can also develop some business plans or things around these areas. And your sleep will be better. Venus here will stabilize things with Saturn. And also, this is the third house ruler. You could do things with your siblings. Your communication will improve. You'll have maybe some projects with your siblings, and all of that. So excellent time to do these things in a very good, unconventional manner, also very progressive manner, very creative manner, and also with keeping in mind the good of the humanity. So in a very humanitarian manner as well. So that's the transit. I mean, it is a good transit for setting things in motion for financial gains, financial projects in very creative ways these areas that we discussed, the third house, the sixth house, I'm sorry, the eighth house and the 12th house matters. So that's overall picture. Watch the intersection also. If you like all this content, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and leave some comments. I read each and every comment, and that's important. And let me know how you use this information. Thanks for watching.